Hi, everyone. We are grateful to have you share a few minutes with us today with this webinar that we're presenting. My name is Wendy Fracchia. I am with Murdock Escorted Tours. We are the guided tour vacation division of Morris Columbus Travel. And we're grateful today to be joined by Tim Taggart. Tim is one of our many tour directors that we are lucky to work with who takes groups all over the world. We're actually really lucky to have Tim. He has been taking tours literally all over the world several times a year for us for many years. So we're excited today to talk to Tim about Egypt. And Tim, if you would just take a few minutes to maybe do a quick introduction on you and your background, and maybe one of the things that you enjoy doing most and sharing when you're taking groups out.
Sure, Wendy. I've been doing tours for a long time. I started out teaching seminary. Then they moved me into Salt Lake to do media for seminaries and institutes, which then led to working with the audiovisual department for most of my career, creating media for the church. Most of that time, I've been doing tours. Ever since I've been in Salt Lake, I've been doing tours for many years, since the early 80s when I was a kid. So both church history, Israel, and all over the world, as Wendy said.
I think you enjoy all over the world.
I do. I've been in 123 countries, but the rest are on my bucket list. And I love connecting with people and with places. I'm a photographer, so I love the beauty of places. I love the beauty of the people, and I love the history of the culture. And making that connection as a teacher is one of the things that I love very most.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's one of the most beneficial benefits, if that even makes sense, to being able to travel. Travel, we know, is a blessing. And one of the many things that people get to take away is this connection with the people and the culture and the sites. And one of the things I love so much about Egypt is it is almost as much about the culture and people as it is about the history, both just the overwhelming gravity of what Egypt is to everybody, but then we also have the spiritual side to it as well, and how it connects into our Christian faith. And so I'm excited for you to share this tour. I know that a lot that you're sharing here is from the tour from last year, which is almost identical to this tour.
Right.
And one of the things I think that's the best about going in November with you is the weather. We just had a group come back in June and they had a fabulous time, of course. But the heat was a major, major topic when people were saying it was amazing. It was hot. It was amazing. November. Tell us about the weather in November in Egypt.
It's absolutely perfect. It's delightful the whole time. It's not too hot. It's refreshing. It's really a beautiful time of year to go. Fabulous.
Well, I was going to say, let's jump into maybe a little bit about what we're going to see.
Overall, the trip is really amazing. We fly into Cairo. We do the tour of Cairo. Then we fly down to Aswan, the area of the Aswan Dam. We take a cruise ship back up the Nile to Luxor, visiting temples along the way that otherwise you'd never get to see. And then in Luxor, we fly back to Cairo to return home. So it's a remarkable tour. In fact, one of the things that's really unusual about this is if you're up for it, you'll see as much as you would on a 3 to 4 week tour of Egypt. You don't have to do everything. You can have a more relaxing experience. It's like a cruise where you don't have to do any of the excursions. You can just stay on the ship and eat.
And enjoy.
It's not quite like that, but you have an opportunity to do a lot of extra stuff if you're up for it. So it saves you a ton of money if you're up for the adventure, but it's fabulous.
I think one of the funnest things I will always remember and cherish when you talk about extra things on this trip is the hot air balloon ride
Oh,
over the Valley of the Kings. And I know that
yeah.
you've got some pictures where you kind of talk
Yeah.
about some of those experiences. So,
Let's start with a video that one of the participants made on our experience last year. Let's just play that.
oh my gosh. You know what? So many amazing memories. I mean, that really does such a great job of summing up some amazing experiences.
It is. There's such a variety of fabulous experiences. You know, we fly in at the beginning of this into the airport. We have the opportunity of visiting a number of places in Cairo, including the pyramids of Giza and Saqqara and Memphis. Let's go ahead and just go through some quick pictures, do a quick overview. Here we are at the,
Oh,
uh, the
sorry.
Great Mosque. Just fantastic. This is just a portion of our group as we started at the beginning. You can go ahead and move through these at the fabulous mosque, and then the Nile as it flows through Cairo. You can keep moving through
Were
these.
these were those at your hotel right there on the Nile?
Uh, yes, some of them were. Here we are at the pyramids of Giza. Just fantastic. Keep in mind that when the Savior, as a young child, came to Egypt, those pyramids were 2,000 years old. And we get an opportunity to visit them, to ride on the camels. What a great experience.
I was going to say, I think that's one of the funnest things about our in our tour is that this camel safari is what they call it is included. And
Yeah.
if you look in the background, you can actually see there are what there are five pyramids there.
Well,
All
actually, there
there's six.
are, yeah, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
You see nine pyramids. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh. Okay, yeah, I was missing some of those.
yeah.
So But that is part of the tour. You're not paying any extra to go on
No,
that
no,
camel safari.
no. You have to tip them once you get off, but that's it.
Yeah.
So the great pyramids and the Sphinx, and then over to the Cairo Museum. The old Egyptian museum is one of the most fantastic things ever. And we actually got to see an introduction to the new museum as well. Fantastic treasures, King Tut. We go to the parchment store and watch the papyrus being made, including the Pearl of Great Price facsimiles. This is heading down to Memphis with Ramses the Great statue. Just absolutely phenomenal, colossal in size. And what a great experience with a group. That's our full group. Ramses was quite a character. Here we are at the Step Pyramid, the oldest pyramid and first pyramid at Saqqara. Marvelous.
Tim, talk about the group size that we have here.
So we never have huge groups. We stop between 35 and 40, never really have much more than that. And it makes it really nice. You get to know everybody, but we're not in each other's road. So the groups are always small enough that we're comfortable.
I think that's a really important fact when we start talking about the differences between our trips and other trips that are out there that people can choose between.
So after our experience in Cairo, we fly down to Aswan to the airport. And then if you look at the next slide, we have the opportunity of actually going down to the Abu Simbel temples, which is remarkable. I've been to Egypt more than a dozen times, but it's only the last couple of years that we've included the opportunity for the Abu Simbel temples. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but it's an excursion that is just life-changing. These are fabulous. We have an early morning drive down here.
Yeah, it would be a major thing to do. Absolutely.
Yeah. So down there, remember, these were moved back in the 60s when they built the Aswan dam, the water backed up. And these would have been flooded. And so it was an international effort to move these monuments and move them at a higher elevation. Just fabulous.
They're just huge.
Yep. And we come back to Aswan, to the dam in Aswan, and then go out to the Philae Temple. This is a remarkable, beautiful. We take a small boat in order to get to this temple, which is really it's a fabulous experience. And then we get on our cruise ship and head down the Nile. And so the Nile flows northward. So we actually go downstream. And on the way, we have an opportunity to stop at Kamambu Temple, Edfu, and up to Luxor on this fabulous cruise ship. So the next few pictures will show some of the experiences on this beautiful ship. And the sitting in luxury, eating fabulous food, but watching the real world of the Egyptian life is just fantastic. As you go up the river.
These felucca sailboats are so fun and amazing to see. Yeah. And to see the lush greenery along the Nile where they can take advantage of the water. And in the back, you can see the desert part exactly like you expect Egypt to be.
Exactly. Yep. These are all pictures that I've taken along the Nile. And then we come to the Kamambu Temple, which is really a remarkably beautiful temple. We arrived there just about sunset, and it's just a beautiful temple. Includes this fabulous museum. It's a crocodile. Those are mummified crocodiles. Some of them like 17 feet long, crocodile mummies.
What did they not mummify?
Yeah, that's true. And we also stop at the Temple of Edfu, which is a remarkably remarkable temple. We take a carriage ride to get out there early in the morning, and including one of the most complete Holy of Holies in any of the sites. It's just amazing. A beautiful experience. Of course, riding on the carriage ride to get there and then back to the ship. It's a wonderful experience. And then up the Nile again, down the Nile actually. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, I love watching
the life along the shore. in Luxor, we get to do an early morning balloon ride, which is one of the great travel experiences of your life. It's
And
not just, go ahead.
I will add, sorry, that it's also one of the most affordable hot air balloon rides you will ever take.
Yeah.
Um, in Egypt, I was very impressed with the cost of this. It was over $500 when we did it in Africa, and I
Yeah.
want to say it was like 200.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was about
200,
$200.
but the
Oh,
200
there's a video.
yeah, the 200 gets you the first of the line, the best of the best. That's really fabulous. And
Absolutely worth every penny.
what's so interesting is I've had members of the group that suffer from acrophobia uh, that I talked into doing it, and they actually had a fabulous experience. The reason is there's no sensation of lack of safety because you're up chest high in the balloon, and there's no wind, there's no feeling of, there's no sound, it's silent. It's just the most sublime experience you've ever had, and the beauty is just phenomenal.
Oh, absolutely. Should we play the video?
Is it?
I think.
Yeah, it's just a short one.
What I thought was amazing on this is how you could see while you're over the Valley of the Kings all the small entrance tunnels
Yeah.
that you don't get to see from the ground.
Yes. That's the Hatshepsut temple, you see, and the Valley of the Kings behind. So that gives you just a sensation as you go up in the balloon. Of course, the sun is rising over the Nile. It's just an incredible experience. And
Oh, it's so
for a
beautiful.
photographer, it's mind-boggling. So this is a shot of the Hatshepsut temple with the balloons. And this is the Valley of the Kings, looking down at King Tut's tomb and the others. Ramses temple.
Again, the stark contrast between the agricultural and then the desert.
Yeah, Colossus of Memnon. And then the Luxor temple, which is just a beautiful temple right in the city of Luxor itself, right on the Nile. It's just a beautiful temple. So remarkable.
It really was. I think every time you go to one of these places, you just think they can't get any more large and mind-blowing in
Yeah,
the
it really
detail.
boggles your mind.
It does,
You
absolutely.
keep thinking what man has accomplished is almost impossible to fathom.
Yeah. King Tut.
Here we are, King Tut's tomb. It's remarkable. They've got the mummy in the tomb now, and they let you take pictures, which they never used to. I always had to bribe the guards to get pictures, but now they let you take pictures, which is great.
That is amazing because they took all of that out of the museum. I'm one of those who got in trouble for taking a picture in the museum in King Tut's tomb.
Yeah. But this is the Valley of the Kings is just remarkable, and the various tombs.
Truly.
The Temple of Karnak is one of the most incredible structures ever built. Again, it's mind-boggling. It reminds me of the Vatican, where you're just overwhelmed by the size and the scope of the building. Look at these pillars.
Look at the pillars. These were one of my favorite.
Yeah, 20 people holding hands to get around those columns. And again, dating back 4,000 years, it's just hard to imagine. Just an incredible experience. And it's not just the sight, it's the experience of seeing all this. So much is of interest to us of what's on the walls and the hieroglyphics and the clothing and the hand gestures and etc.
And the symbols on their head. I think that was one of the things that, because we have the most amazing Egyptologist guides with us. So
yes.
One of the things about our tours is, Tim, you do fabulous escorting the group filling in information, connecting the dots, if you will, for us. But we have got the most amazing guides that we hire locally who are Egyptologists, who are archaeologists, who have been on these digs. And it was so fun because as you read these cartouches on the wall, and you start studying the figures, you can kind of start seeing, like, by no means do I feel like I can read Egyptian, ancient Egyptian, but I remember just so much of it. You see it so often that you're like, oh, that's Isis. Oh, that's it. I can't remember any more Horus. Horus, that
Morris,
was the
yeah.
name. I knew it wasn't Morris, but it is amazing though to be able to go and learn so much how advanced they were.
Our local guides are literally world class. They're the ones who guided Obama when he visited there, for example. Just fabulous.
Absolutely.
After Luxor, then we fly back up to Cairo to the airport and head home. What an incredible overview and experience of Egypt. This is a bargain. So it's not inexpensive, but you get so much in this experience. I don't think you'll find another opportunity to, in this short of a time, see so many things and have such a broad experience of Egypt. And it's life changing. When we connect from a scriptural basis, with Abraham, Joseph, and Moses, and with the Savior himself. But you connect yourself to so much of this, and for the rest of your life, you'll be different because of it. I love it.
You know what? Honestly, the very first time I was in Egypt, I just was in awe the entire time. Just really, it was a pinch me experience. Like, and I've seen some pretty amazing places.
Yeah,
I've been lucky enough to travel to. Egypt is one of the places that took my breath away and left me feeling so grateful and blessed, and again just so small in this amazing world, and just so incredibly blessed to have witnessed it with my own eyes. And
yeah.
so I love that we get this opportunity, Tim, both you and I, to help people have these experiences. If Egypt is on your bucket list, if this is something that you really would love to do, like Tim said, this is an amazing value. Is it inexpensive? No, but for everything that you get, it is the very best value. And you will see so much that it's really not going to be about the money at the end. It is truly going to be the experience that you're left with. So I hope
The food is excellent and it's completely safe. I had
it.
someone ask me this morning, their husband was afraid of the safety issues. There are no safety issues with this tour. You'll feel completely safe the entire time, I promise.
Absolutely. It is one of the things that we wouldn't send you unless we were very comfortable with your safety, both in groups in the city, as well as the things that you're partaking, bottled water, the restaurants that we take you to. It is definitely something that we make sure that everybody is very well taken care of, and it is a perfect time, actually, not just the month of November and not just the weather, but this time of the year when so many people are maybe not attending and going to Egypt. This would be the perfect time when the hordes of people and tourists are not there, and you get a more intimate experience with these places. So
Really.
I again invite you to learn more about this tour. Give our office a call if you have any questions. Our number is 800-809-9910. Or the website is MMET Tours, MME Tours with an S.com. We would just love the opportunity to go over the details with you. So thank you for sharing this time with us. And we hope to see you traveling soon. So thanks so much and have a great day.
Thanks, everyone.